it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand in the way. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Off and rolling here on Monday. I'm Brandon Bean hanging out with my guy, Austin Ward, A-Ward Sports. And we got our guy, Rhyme Time, behind the glass. Austin, happy Monday to you. Welcome back from Las Vegas via Northern Michigan. And you find yourself back now.
I don't know if I advise going back-to-back with a Vegas and then a guy's golf trip.
Usually it's Vegas for the guy's golf trip.
True. Not Vegas for work and then Michigan for fun.
Yeah.
But I got them backwards. But I have not been sleeping a lot in the last week. All I know for sure is that it is Ohio State training camp week.
How good does that sound? Just right off the tip of your tongue.
The best.
We have football this week, people.
So my body feels tired. My brain is like, it's time to work, baby. Let's get out to the Woody Hayes Athletic Center and watch the Buckeyes. And the brain is winning out.
I mean, you got training camps going on across the NFL, diving into mini stories. Look at the Shador throw. Is he going to be the starter? Like, everybody's very excited for their teams. And then enter the fray of college football here later this week. God, what's better than that?
Nothing.
Dylan and I, on Friday night, just spent a whole hour just geeking out. Like, just being, this is the most exciting time of the year right here. You're just on the precipice of it.
We're here.
We're just living it.
It was 6 days ago. Being out in Vegas, talking to the Buckeyes, like, holy cow. The season starts next week. Now, I know that that's not true for everyone. Not everyone geeks out for the fact that there are only 3 training camp practices for Ohio State that fans can buy tickets to and go watch, which you still can. They're still available unless they were all snapped up since the last time I got that update from Ross York. I think they're still available. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, those are available for fans to come watch. I know that for most people, it's like, no. Yes, there's going to be more conversation and talk about quarterback competition and position battles, and a lot of people love that stuff. But then it's like, well, that's a full month of that. August 30th is when football is back, and I agree with that too. But getting into practice, getting into the routine of interviews and camp updates,
you know what I really geeked out about today is when Jerry just sent the media schedule.
It's like Christmas.
It really was. I'm like, all right, which days do we get to listen to Tyler Bowen and Matt Patricia and new coaches and coaches who have been here? I'm like, all right, circle your calendar for August 15th. We got so-and-so speaking, which means that night, all we're going to do is listen to sound and talk about that position group.
There you go. You've got the show sheet prepped for all of August now. Here's what we're talking about on this night. Austin's going to have the audio, bring it in. We're going to just be listening to who? Kenyatta Jackson and Caden Curry on the show.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that for 2 hours.
Does Kenyatta have the bull rush going? Is Caden Curry ready to take on 50 reps?
Looks like a first-round draft prospect.
It's going to be great.
Everybody get excited.
And then you have to scan down and see, wait a minute. Only 3 open practices for the media. That can't be right.
I saw it.
That can't be right, Jerry. What's missing here? But when there is a quarterback battle, this is exactly what I expected. I think I told you about this a week or two ago. It's like, well, some years it's 5, some years it's 4, some years it's 6, some years, and it's the years where you might have a high-profile opener, or more specifically, you might have uncertainty at quarterback.
How about you combo those together, and that's why you get 3 open practices.
Then you get 3, and you're going to like it. And I'm not going to complain about it. I understand why they're doing it. If they want to beat Texas, and they don't want overreactions to every single throw.
No, you guys don't overreact with everything you see.
I do overreact.
It's hard not to.
I'm learning to get better. I've told you it's self-reflection, self-evaluation, trying to get better. I'm going to cover the battle better this year than 2 years ago, and that will help that my eyes can't be part of the conversation anymore.
It's just going to take everything away. Now your ears are going to be a massive part of the conversation because on Thursday coming up, Ryan Day will have a press conference around 11:30. All these press conferences are going to be 11:30 after they finish camp for the day. And then swiftly following that, you do get Brian Hartline and Matt Patricia, and then from there on out, it becomes position coaches. Who are you most excited to talk to?
On the coaching staff? Or
on the coaching staff.
Well, ordinarily, because I've shifted my mindset where I'm now, and especially after listening to Ryan Day in Vegas last week, it's like I'm just fully on board that Matt Patricia is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I took away the same thing listening to it.
Like, if Ryan Day has, I think, what we can safely assume is like zero concerns on that side of the football, which is the way it sounded to me. Now, he's a coach and he's going to worry and stress about everything. He's not going to sleep. But I think this is a spot where it's like that head coach of the defense thing that was what he talked about when he hired Jim Knowles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he probably believes that 50 extra % with Matt Patricia. And we know how talented Ohio State is on that side of the football, even when we have questions about depth at specific positions or first-time starters. Like, I left Vegas, and I got there probably already close to 98% sure. And then I left, and I was like, I'm 100%.
Yeah, man.
I got nothing to worry about over there for Ohio State on the defensive side of the football. And that doesn't mean that I'm concerned, because I'm not, about the offense. Ryan Day is still the head coach of this program.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Hartline has been paying his dues. The track record speaks for itself with the wide receivers. But when you have a quarterback battle and Brian Hartline is calling the plays for the first time, it's like, yeah, that's the person that I think the most interest is in and where the most interest lies.
Naturally, right?
And is going to determine whether this team wins a national championship. Maybe that's an oversimplification, but that's sort of where I'm viewing it right now. But I don't know that I would describe myself as excited for that, because I know that Brian Hartline isn't excited about it, because he got exhausted by, well, how do you prepare to be a play caller? Or what do you, 2 years ago, that whole process, like, what are you doing? Like, what does it mean to have this opportunity? And
Ryan had a really good answer on that last week, and I can't remember if it was when he sat down with you and Berm or if it was at his podium session. I think it was with you and Berm, and he's like, what you don't realize is that it's not just about calling plays, and he went through this whole gambit.
Play calling is the easy part.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
what?
It was with you guys, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And then he just went through this whole gambit of like getting individual drills right, and just it was a pretty incredible answer. But that's the minutia of this job change for him.
And I think that is where Brian Hartline's annoyance came, because he is viewing the job in all that it entails, and we're like, hey, what are you going to call on 3rd and 5? And he's like, well, we're going to have repped this thing we're going to install it in a meeting on Monday, and then we're going to watch the film of how we practiced it on Tuesday, and then we're going to see if it still fits with what we've scouted on defense on Wednesday for this game. It's like, yeah, getting into the game on Saturday, by that point, I'll have already decided what I'm calling on 3rd and 5 like 5 days ago.
Yeah, we've minimized our sheet to 20 plays down from 100.
Yeah, and look, it is going to be different, and you do have to adjust, and you are going to be on the headset for the first time, and you're gonna want to feed Jeremiah in the middle of the second quarter if he's been triple covered and he's only touched the football one time. You're gonna be like, I gotta get off the script and I gotta go to this because I want Jeremiah involved. Like, that stuff is still going to be new for him. Now, he's been part of this coaching staff and involved and influential in what they're doing, and just not being the last one to speak into the quarterback's headset or signal in, from the sideline, whatever, or both. And it may depend on who you're playing. But that part is going to be new. And I think there was another part, Beamer, of some of the answer that Ryan Day gave, which was, well, what's different about Brian Hartline from 2 years ago to now? Well, it's not that he couldn't have called the plays, then he could have. It was comprehensively knowing a game plan and a scheme and a relationship with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That was different from 2 years ago when he had none. And that wasn't part of his job necessarily at that time. So I am interested in what that means, the relationship part with the quarterbacks and that dynamic, because, that's the next piece that's on his plate that hasn't existed there before.
Yeah, it's just not looking out for your wide receivers, right? Like, you got to have good communication among staff members and your players. Like, hey, do you like doing this? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Are you comfortable, either Lincoln or Julian, to be throwing this ball? If it's 3rd and 10, like a 15-yard out route. One of the toughest throws to make in football, right? Like a 40-yard toss that you have to make for 12 yards. It's imperative that he's on those levels with those guys. And I also think, too, when it comes to the whole Brian Hartline situation, it's got to be so much help having the 1 year where he kind of had those roles taken away from him, Like, that's a learning experience. We talk about learning experiences and how they make you better all the time. But then also having last year to just be able to pick Chip Kelly's brain for an entire football season has to be a huge help.
I think it was. And I think the experience of 2 years ago, to your point, Beamer, helps too. Not that he had an opportunity that was taken away or learning from failure or that stuff. I think if you ask Brian Hartline now, is he more prepared than 2 years ago? He'd be the first one to tell you yes. But it also isn't just him. The way that entire offense was constructed 2 years ago, there were clearly flaws that were not going to be papered over just by brilliant play calling.
Yeah.
And in some ways, Ryan Day taking the reins back, I think could have shielded Brian Hartline from having to then go out there and do it for the first time with not every piece that you may have needed to thrive at the highest level. And so, well, it's still Ohio State. They were very talented. They were. Mm-hmm. But what did you think about the way that the run game was constructed, or think about the issues that Ohio State offensive line had throughout the year? There were things that were not going to allow Brian Hartline to really succeed in the first time he's doing it. And what would that have meant for the long-term impact of his career or the future of Ohio State? And I'm not trying to retroactively go back and justify that decision and be like, wow, Ryan Day really jumped in front of the bullet on that one for Brian Hartline. But it did alter the course of the future for both Ryan Day and Brian Hartline. And I think they would, in hindsight, look back and be like, well, I'm kind of glad we did that.
Yeah, it's a good idea. We got a great show lined up for you here this evening. Adam King of 10TV, he's going to pop by. We're not going to talk about wiping with him. We'll talk about training camp coming up here with the Buckeyes this week. Again, 6:30. Austin, you haven't been in here in a while. We have multiple questions of the day.
What?
We need to answer. We'll do one at 6:46. We'll do the other one at 7:30. But coming up next, you're freshly back from Vegas. What were your biggest takeaways from getting to talk to the Buckeyes at Media Days? We'll do that next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value, and they have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you are being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
The Donato's $5 Pizza Pals menu is adding some pals. Donato's savory and delicious family recipe meatballs are now on the Pizza Pals menus, along with new Oreo twists. Sweet, delicious pull-apart twists with real Oreo cookie pieces drizzled with vanilla icing. You can order unlimited $5 Pizza Pals with any large pizza. So order today and load up on all the Pizza Pals you want. Donato's, gotta love more.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day. If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Do you feel that? The season is getting closer. Buckeye football comes your way in 33 days. Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, community banking is the lifeblood of the American financial system, building strong, lasting relationships. We're just better able to help guide you down life's road. Flexibility is paramount to success. Community banking is alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly sunny, hot and humid on this Monday with a risk of a shower or storm. Temperatures around 90. Overnight will fall back down to the mid-70s with some patchy fog early on your Tuesday. Back in the low 90s by Tuesday afternoon. 10 weather impact alert day because of the heat index around 100 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Someone out there probably thinks we spend too much time talking about the Buckeyes. Please tell someone that they're stupid. You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
Adam King's going to join us coming up here at 6:30. Maybe. I asked him.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I asked him in the hallway. I said 6:30 tonight. He goes, yeah, sure. And he was looking at his phone. And then he walked away. I said, okay, I'm going to tell everybody. And if you don't come in here at 6:30, then he's a liar.
This would not be the first time that he has been called a liar on the Buckeye Show.
No, that's true.
It becomes a habit for him.
Mm-hmm.
But that won't happen with me in here. Not again. Not again.
No, it won't. I've got the utmost faith in him. And if not, then we're going to shame him publicly on the air. You just got back from Vegas.
I did.
Last week. Well, not just back from Vegas. You actually just got back from Michigan. When did you guys leave yesterday and then come back?
I got back from Vegas actually on Wednesday night at midnight. Got back to the house at 12:30, and then knocked out more work on Thursday morning, and then we drove up to Michigan like noon on Thursday.
All right, so got there 6:30ish.
Yeah, perfect time to get to the brewery, have some pizzas, or what did we have? No, they didn't have pizza there. Doesn't matter what we ate. We ate at the brewery, then checked in, played golf Friday, 18, and then the hilltop there at Forest Dunes, 36 on Saturday at Treetops. And then 18 yesterday morning, we got up. We were the first ones out on the Masterpiece at 7 a.m.
baby.
Yeah, and it was wet. And also there were turkeys out there that I chased across the fairway.
Yeah, a lot of turkeys up there.
I had to get them away from my ball. Like, gobble, gobble. Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And then so we finished up the round and came back. Got home around 7.
Nice.
Did the beat with Berm after that. So busy day, long day. Had to take over the wheel from my brother-in-law, Paul, after about 3 hours. He's just like rubbing his head and stretching out in the front.
Man,
said,
these sunglasses make it so dark in here.
Said, Bud, you need a break. I'm good. I told him, because he drove the way up there. So I'll drive on the way home. No worries. You can sit in the back. You can drink a shandy, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
There's no rules back there. He's like, no, I'll do it. Halfway there, no, that's not happening. I got it. Give it to me.
Pit stop, pull over in like Brighton. You're going to be good to go. So you just got back from Vegas. What did you take away? The biggest takeaways? Just about everything, the way that it was put on, who you talked to, anything that was
how it was put on. You want me? Ryan, are you listening to this? He's wanting me to start.
I'm trying to bait
by being a press box now.
I'm trying to bait you into it.
The walk from the hotel. No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Now I will say full marks to Tony Petitti for saying we don't want it here. It wasn't supposed to be here. We messed up. We got outfoxed. We wanted it to be in Indianapolis, and the logistics didn't work out. He didn't name names, but at least he took some accountability.
All right,
for
good
that.
way to take onus, Mr. Patino.
So that helped. Now I have other problems with what he said, but we can get into all that later.
No, we don't have to.
That part gave him a notch in the pro column from me. At least take ownership for that. But when it comes to actual football things and things that truly matter, I was surprised, Beamer, just how high the praise was for Kenyatta Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot. And it wasn't, because I think you can say it would have been a reasonable expectation to go to Las Vegas and to hear from those three Buckeyes and Ryan Day, like, well, yeah, Kenyatta's put in his time, and we think he's going to be really good because he's got an NFL frame.
Yep.
His offseason has been great. We're talking about a projected starter at Ohio State and someone who, I don't know, I'm just name someone out of thin air. Florida State has been trying to lure into the transfer portal for 3 years. Everyone knows that this guy is good, how high the ceiling is going to be. You have mock drafts talking about what he can become. Everybody knows that part. So I wouldn't have been surprised by that. What I was taken aback by was I asked Sonny Styles if he wasn't the Block O, and he's going to be the Block O, who he would vote for.
Yeah, JJ also voted for Sonny.
And everyone's voting for Sonny. Like, everyone knows that he should get it. That's why I asked Sonny, if you can't get it, who would you vote for? And he said Kenyatta Jackson. Yeah. And Berman and I were like, what? Really? And that's not a knock on him, but Kenyatta hasn't been in a spot where he's had to do a ton of media. He's not been in a position where he had to be a leader behind closed doors in the locker room, because Jack and JT did that. So I think the next step here was, we just don't think about him as part of that leadership group, but he's a senior. He has been in that room, in the Rushman room, for 4 years. He was working with Jack and JT and Tyleek Williams and Ty Hamilton. He saw how they handled their business. Well, somebody has to do that. It is not just about replacing the sack production and the tackles and the tackle for loss and the snaps.
You can't just leave the room. It can't just jump off the mountaintop.
Yeah, the standard is the standard, Beam. So someone's got to set it.
Did you come up with that on the fly?
It's new.
Okay.
It just came to me.
That's a great saying. We should use it more.
I'm surprised. Surprised it's not everywhere. Where's the T-shirt?
Honestly, it's crazy that Ohio State football doesn't sell a T-shirt that just says the standard is the standard.
Yeah. Standard.
Ross, if you're listening, boom.
Equal sign.
I'll wear it every day.
Standard. Yeah. Get me a quarter zip that has standard on one chest and standard on the other.
And the zipper
is an equal sign.
Is the equal sign, yeah.
I'll wear it every day. I'll never take it off.
No,
I'll sleep in it.
Never.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Kenyatta Jackson? Yeah. He is setting the standard, living up to the standard. And maybe it comes off as unfair, or like, why didn't I think about it? Well, I think it hasn't come up before.
Let me tell you why I didn't think about it. Because you're replacing 8 starters, and I think you just naturally would go, well, if he was that kind of player, then he would have played more. I think at least that's where I would go. And then you also have 3 linchpins on this defense, being Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs and Davis Enigbenosin as your 3 returning starters. And you don't go there mentally. Like, oh, okay, well, that's not a guy that we've really heard from, to your point. It's not a guy who has a ton of preseason hype, at least in like spring ball and everything like that. But then to Sonny's point, like, the guy's been in the room and he's been in the facility for 4 years. Like, he knows exactly what it takes to get it to that championship caliber that he needs to be at.
Yeah, and I think, so when I say, well, it didn't come to mind, and you have transfer portal madness and Florida State trying to tamper, or whoever else, allegedly tampering. I can't prove it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, maybe there was something to that. Maybe he wanted to leave, but he didn't. So why would I hold that against him? You can't. I won't. But I think about Jermaine Matthews and Lorenzo Styles and these guys that are veterans. And I'm like, well, they're capable. They're going to be leaders. They're going to step up. And, whether I was unfairly holding that, perception against him or not, it's like, well, the Buckeyes themselves are saying, you shouldn't. You should be paying attention to Kenyatta Jackson. We view him as a leader. We view what he's doing in the weight room as phenomenal. We think he's setting the standard. And if Sonny Styles tells you that this guy is worthy of the Block O, well, you listen to that. Last year at this time, Beam, we went to Indianapolis, and that's sort of become like the calling card, I guess, for Berman, because those people are going to be captains that are going to represent the program at Big Ten Media Days. Who's going to wear the Block O? And we assumed that it was going to be Jack Sawyer. And we were asking everyone those questions under the guise, like, he's going to get it.
If there were odds on who could wear the Block O before the season last year, Jack Sawyer would have been at like minus 1,500.
He was off the charts. But Jack Sawyer said, well, it'd be an honor if I get it, but I think Cody's going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And we asked who else was out there. Emeka Ibuka. Like,
also, could have put it on him.
Could have put it on him. We didn't think he was, because sometimes, like, well, if you get a little bonus boost if you are from the state of Ohio, representing the Buckeyes. So, Emeka, who do you think is going to get the Block O? Cody Simon. Okay. Guess we're off base here. Who was the third representative that was out there at Big Ten Media Days with those guys? I don't remember. It doesn't matter who it was, because they also said it's going to be Cody Simon. And like, okay. Oh, it was Denzel Burke. I got it.
That's right.
Denzel Burke, who I say was the truth teller for that Ohio State team. And he said, yeah, Cody Simon. I'm like, what? What don't we know about what's going on there? And
why haven't you thought about Cody Simon more?
And then we left Indianapolis and we're like, guess what? Jack Sawyer's not getting the Block O. It's Cody Simon.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen for Kenyatta Jackson.
Because I do think...
Because Sonny's going to get it.
Sonny's got the same odds as Jack did at this point last year.
But Sonny had, another Pickerington guy, senior in the program. It's got to be him.
Who we got next from Pickerington that's just going to waltz right in there and grab that sucker?
There's a pipeline going.
Yeah, there is.
But it needs to be Sonny. But the point is...
Devin Royal.
If you get stamped by these guys, and that's your core leadership group, and Jeremiah Smith counts, even though he's just a sophomore, if they're saying this is the guy that we're looking at right now, he's the one that's talking, he's the one that's working, we see the potential for him on the field. And it's not like Kenyatta Jackson is coming out of nowhere. He played in the playoff push. There were 1 or 2 snaps in every game in the postseason because JT was dealing with the ankle injury, where it's like, I see Kenyatta Jackson.
He's got some get off there.
I think he's coming along nicely, and now you get to build on that, and I think he is.
10TV's Adam King will join us to talk some Buckeye football training camp here in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton. My guys at Germain are celebrating their biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. Tons of vehicles on the lot for you to choose from, and they're ready to deal. It's also the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event with rates as low as 2.99%. I was riding in my Lexus on one of our hot summer days, and I felt the crisp breeze of cold air on my cracky. Don't you want that for yourself? Of course you do. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
As a former pro athlete, confidence has always been key for me on and off the field. And that's why I chose CAP for my NeoGraft treatment. They've got a great reputation. After doing my research, I knew I could trust the team right here in town. The staff was professional, answered every question, and made the whole process smooth and stress-free. The results are natural. It fit my busy schedule, and I already feel more confident. CAPS made it easy, judgment-free, and honestly, one of the best decisions I've made. Visit CAPS today at experiencecaps.com.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safe Flight, Bob's Discount Furniture, and Weber, happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center July 31st through August 2nd. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2025 to purchase your tickets today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We here at The Fan believe there's no such thing as too much Ohio State coverage. You're locked into the Buckeye Show.
Hanging out here on a Monday. Hopefully everybody's day is going swell. Jeff said on the YouTube chat, by the way, too, if you get home, you can always watch us on YouTube. When you're putting your kids to bed, making dinner, having a beverage, doing whatever. You just throw us on.
We're always there.
We are. We literally always are there for 14 hours a day. And then when you're done with that, you can watch Austin and Berm on the YouTube channel too. Adam, happy Monday.
And when you're done with that, you can watch Adam King on 10TV at 11 p.m.
That's right. So you just got the entire day covered. You're all good. How was Vegas? Treat you all right?
It was great. Don't laugh. All right.
Man, I feel like this is a story.
I think might be the worst gambler I've ever seen.
That is not accurate.
What game?
Okay.
What game are we talking about? Or is it multiple games?
First of all, we're not talking about a lot of money here. All right, we're talking $10. Throw it.
It is low stakes.
Yeah.
Were you in? Were you at in Fremont Street? What was the minimums?
We were at what was that? The Luxor.
For some reason,
the Pyramid.
Yeah, the group, The Beat, was at Mandalay Bay. And for some reason, Adam's like, no, we have to go to Luxor.
I wanted to see Luxor.
I was like, why?
Everybody wants to see a pyramid. Yeah.
But it was only the casino floor. I'm like, you're not going up in the pyramid. I guarantee you it looks the same over here as it does here. But whatever, we'll go. And he's not even ready to gamble at this point.
I did
for
have
reasons.
I brought no cash.
Well, that seems like a bad first step.
Well, because I said I'm not going to gamble. Well, then a sweet man, I won't name him, says, hey, that roulette table has hit odd 19 straight times. And I'm like, okay, so the next one's even.
I thought I taught you better. I can't.
So the next one's even.
Gotta be even, right? It's actually called the hot hand fallacy, Adam. Because the odd, I don't know if you know this or not, the odds, when they respin the ball, they reset every time.
But here's the thing. If you're out there on this roulette wheel, and you've probably made a lot of money betting on odd, you bet on the streak to continue so that we have a great time.
You can't be a streak buster.
Well, I was a streak buster. And so I put some money on even.
What happened?
And I put some money on even. It was odd. And I put more money on even. And it was odd. And I put more money on even. And it was odd. Long story short, in terms of money, we have no money. It went 26 straight odds.
He came over and he said, I can't get money out. Why can't you get money out?
I left my debit card at home so I wouldn't gamble.
I don't have a debit card. Like, okay. So I have. How much money do you want?
Did you just go up to the front of the casino and say, "Can I open up a line of credit?"
That line of credit was Austin and Berm through Venmo.
So he said, "Well, I have Venmo." So he's Venmoing us, and we're trading him American currency that he immediately goes and puts on odd again. So if I was going to that, I wouldn't have given it to you.
And this is why we need to go back to Lucas Oil Stadium. That is
to save you from your own demons.
Yes, because I hate casinos. I never go in casinos. But if you're staying in a casino and win in Vegas, I mean, you got to gamble. And I lost. Casino, the house always wins.
Did you bet on odd, Austin?
No, I always bet on black even.
Okay.
And then I play the board. But I don't enjoy it the same way that I did 20 years ago during Mountain West Conference media days. That version of Austin, I think, is dead. Because now I'm thinking about, well, what could I have done with that money?
Yes,
it's so
exactly.
Easy to get there mentally.
And you know what? It's so silly because if you win big, no party is like, oh my gosh, I'm amazed. This is amazing. Like you had fun for a little bit of time, but then it's like, well, cool.
Now I got to go pay for daycare.
Yeah, exactly. But you lose and you're like, oh my gosh, that was gas money for a week.
It actually helped to go back to Vegas. I haven't been since 5 or 6 years. We went out for a Golden Knights and Blue Jackets showdown.
Nice.
And it was Allie and I, and it was one of the first times we went where Lib was at home. And it was like, okay, well.
By herself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she was 2 years old at the time? She's running the house?
When they turn 2 years old, they're basically fully formed.
Don't worry about it, okay? How we parent is our prerogative, and she's fine now.
I've talked a lot to your daughter about this, and she doesn't agree with how you parent is your prerogative.
Okay, well, we'll hash that out. I've found there are a lot of other things you can do in Vegas that are pretty fun that don't involve gambling, and I did some of that on Tuesday night. There was a crazy golf putt course.
We talked to Berm last Tuesday about it, and you guys were getting ready to walk in there.
It was awesome.
And they say that radio is the theater of the mind, and my mind was going wild places. Because he said, we're about to do some adult golfing. And I said, what does that even mean?
I will tell you, I saw one of those have you seen those Top Shop places, I think is what they're called, or putt, I don't know. Anyway,
Top
Golf.
I think it's
Pop Stroke.
No, Pop Stroke. Pop Stroke.
Tiger Woods owns
that,
right?
I saw one in person for the first time, and it is electric.
Those places are fun, too.
It is electric. It looks like a real green, and, I mean, it was so backed up, I thought, goodness gracious, that's a 4-hour round in its own right, but it looked amazing.
I shot 14 on the back nine to just absolutely destroy Berman.
That's electric.
Yeah.
How many hole-in-ones?
What was it? I mean, I didn't 3-putt, so
5.
Yeah, 5 holes in one.
Wow, look at you go. That's incredible.
Wow. Spencer was demoralized.
Oh, I believe it.
That's impressive.
And Berm just expected it because Berm's a horrible putter.
Yeah, he knows that. What were your biggest takeaways? We were talking with Austin, and his biggest was talking to the Buckeyes and specifically Sonny Styles, asking Sonny if he can't wear the Block O jersey, if he can't vote for himself, who would it be? And he said Kenyatta Jackson, which led us to the discussion. At this point last year, if we were to have live wagering on the odds to who would be the Block O recipient, Jack Sawyer was like minus 1,500. Like he was so deep down the road. But that was kind of Austin's point, Adam, that things he hasn't thought about before. What did you glean out there from talking to these guys?
I gleaned a lot, but I do want to touch on that. I never really thought about the fact. Actually, I believe, sticking to the gambling theme, I bet Berm at Media Day that Jack Sawyer would not be the Block O. And he said, no, it'll 100% be Jack. But I think that's because Jack carried a different kind of weight around that locker room. He didn't need the Block O. He already kind of, in the 33, like it was an aura.
Mm-hmm. He represented the state.
And I will say, I would bet every ounce of dollars that I no longer have.
Double down from your losses.
Let me check my Venmo.
That it will be Sonny Styles, and I don't think there's a second place person. Like I don't think that there's anybody right now that you're sitting in that room going, could be this guy. This guy's second best odds.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be Sonny. But that's a good question. And he said the same thing to me. I said, give me a guy that is a sleeper, and he said Kenyatta Jackson is a monster. And I said, all right.
You said that's great because on Talking Tuesday, I said I'm buying stock in Kenyatta Jackson.
I'm driving the ship. And you don't think you drive a ship. You sail a ship. Yeah. We're sailing off to...
You want to drive a bus?
I'm driving the bus.
All right. The Adam King bus.
The Adam King bus. And then we're getting a ship. We're driving the bus to a ship, and I'm sailing that.
Where does the hype train enter this conversation?
Oh, my gosh. The ship to the train.
It's barreling down the tracks.
My biggest...
Choo-choo!
Well done. That was a good choo-choo right
Thank
there.
you.
Didn't have a chugga-chugga, though. I will say... My biggest takeaway from all of Media Day, I don't know, I really liked Ryan Day's line about we're not a defending champion, we're an aggressive champion.
We're
attacking.
Right?
Yeah, we're attacking. We're aggressive. And I know that it's not necessarily, it's a soundbite, but I think it's real. I go back to when Jeremiah Smith said that was a Mecca Abuka's national championship, not mine at Media Day. And I thought, does this guy not know he made the game-winning catch? What are we talking about here?
They've named the play after you. It's third and Jeremiah.
Exactly. Like, these guys genuinely just seem like they almost have the Scotty Scheffler mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
well, and Ryan talked about that with you guys, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question by whoever asked.
Ridiculous. When Scotty said at the Open, you win, you celebrate, and you move on.
Yeah. For 2 minutes.
That's what it feels like. As they won, they celebrated, and now they don't even talk about the rings, or they like. This is just a whole different group of guys, and we've been saying it all offseason, but to actually see it play out here, the one thing that also intrigued me is, and this is a little sneak peek to a Talking Tuesday that may air tomorrow.
Wait, it's already recorded?
Are you guys recording it after the show tonight?
Yes, we're going to record it at 12:01 a.m. Is that Jermaine Matthews is on the radar of Caleb Downs. He's
a dog.
He's a dog, and we knew that, but he's gotten much better. And so when you take a really great player and you make him better, that's wild. That's scary to me. And also, last thing, and then I'll let you have your show back, all right?
No, you can stay forever.
No, the other thing was that they weren't shy. Ryan only got asked about Michigan one time that I heard through the whole thing.
It was pretty strange how... I think it was like 10-1 Texas questions to Michigan, which has definitely never happened.
Especially given the news that we got on Monday that the letter leaked from Petitti to the NCAA.
Did anybody ask that guy about that?
And I believe his answer to a very great question
Thank you.
was
an attractive question.
I'm not talking about it, basically.
He said, why don't you sit down, have another Diet Dr. Pepper with grape in it, which what are we doing?
Blackberry.
Disgusting. And why don't you shut up there, Adam?
I did the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I was watching Mr. Petitti's press conference, and I had my feet up on the table watching it, and then they showed you on TV, and I pointed and I snapped. I said, that's Adam King from 10TV. He's going to be on the show next week talking about this.
You want some inside baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No. Yes, you can give it.
Never mind.
You can't tease it.
You said it already.
I will.
He was worried.
I didn't want to be, because I think there's a line where you ask someone a question and you know their answer, and you're just kind of being almost ridiculous at that point. Like, okay, why are we? What? Like, there's a
someone's got to ask that.
And so that was the thing. Is I said, is that what this is? Is this me actually holding someone accountable and getting an answer in this, or is this me just being like, I didn't want to be a guy where you're like, well, he was obviously just trying to get on television and ask the tough question.
Sure.
And he said, if you don't ask it, I'm going to ask it. And then I said, Mike, please.
Give me the mic. Cameras over this way.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we're doctored up.
Put this guy on TV. I'll just sit right here behind him and drink this blackberry Dr. Pepper.
Blah. Before we get out of here, camp starts on Thursday.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to?
Well,
just being outside, hanging out.
I'm most looking forward to the fact that it's not going to be 100 degrees like last year. It's like 75.
Caleb asked you, well, you're really committing to the suit, right?
Well, that's a debate. I can't remember if I wear a sports coat to camp. I think I did last year, and it was 900 degrees.
You know, they have 10TV golf shirts. I've seen you wear them before.
And
nice
listen,
and blue.
They're very nice golf shirts. I just feel that they don't fit me in the right areas.
Does it feel weird wearing blue over there?
They get mad.
I know they do.
Yeah. There's a reason that I wore the exact same suit as Ryan at Media Day, because I didn't want him upset that I was wearing blue.
We finished up. Ryan Day, we did
the ridiculous thing to say out loud.
I'm just kidding.
Berman and I were the first ones to interview Ryan Day at Big Ten Media Day. Real feather in our cap. And then we wrap up and we finally see Adam King for the first time because he had to, fly out there in the morning, or got to fly out there in the morning, I should say. I'm like, all right, what are you doing next? It's like, I got to talk to Adam King. I'm like, that guy who's wearing your suit?
He walked up to me, he goes, are we wearing the same jacket? And I said, no, and I didn't wear a silver tie, thank goodness, because that was the debate. And that would have been something.
Ryan, yours is way more expensive than mine.
That's accurate.
No, he's a London gentleman.
Yes, English Laundry.
Ooh, I never even heard about it.
That's my favorite brand. I do wear blue
I know
a lot.
too much about Adam King.
English Laundry?
Yeah, I do wear a lot of blue in the Woody, and I hear it every time. Every time I wear blue, somebody makes a comment. What are you doing?
Even their website looks so nice. I'm going to shop.
There you go. Have fun.
You can't afford it, Beamer.
No, I can't. You're right.
You do the rest of the show, Austin. He'll shop.
Adam, always appreciate it. Have a great rest of the week.
Hey.
Enjoy football being here.
Hey, if you ever need anything, you call me.
I will.
All right?
I'll
anything.
call. Will you answer?
I make no promises, but if you ever need
he loves to be on the phone. He's dying for people to actually call him.
I just pretend to be on the phone a lot.
10TV's Adam King.
Thank you.
Everybody who you saw at Big Ten Media Days interviewing Tony Petitti, asking him the tough question. Part one of answering Austin's question of the day revolves around the Buckeye offensive line. We'll do that next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's July in Central Ohio. The grills are hot, the sun is hotter, and chances are you've seen a Newman roofing truck rolling through your neighborhood. Maybe you've talked to one of our team members at a local event, or know someone who proudly says, yeah, I've got a Newman roof. At Newman Roofing, we're more than just a roofing company. We're your neighbors, and for the last 33 years, your support has helped us grow as a family-owned business. So we give back the best way we know how, with quality work, lasting relationships, and a lifetime workmanship warranty that means you'll never be left out in the rain. Thousands of families across Central Ohio have trusted us and had their expectations exceeded. And it's why we've been voted Best Roofing Company and Best of the Bus magazine for 4 years running now. So this summer, don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
They're trained. They're prepared. Let's do it. They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut, to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,500 off BX23S tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Visit BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com to find a dealer near you.
Other stations in town have started using AI voices. It's because they're cheap and they think you're stupid. Well, we may think you're stupid, but we don't think you're cheap, damn it. We're live and local with real people. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
It's like when you get a paper cut and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened, and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
All Buckeyes, all the time. You are listening to The Buckeye Show.
We're in The Buckeye Show, brought to you by our great friends over at Coors Light. When those mountains are blue, you know those suckers are as cold as the Rockies. Had a few soda pops last night, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, had a few Coors. Was hanging out at my dad's house, otherwise known as Pop Pop.
Yep.
Smoking some chicken. I made a nice pasta salad. We threw some steaks on the grill. Had a great time. Willie was learning how to ride a bike. It's fantastic.
What a way to cap the weekend.
Yeah, oh, that's great.
That's elite.
Sunday Fun Day. You'll find no bigger proponent and exciter of a Sunday Fun Day than my father.
Good for him.
He loves it.
Did he invent it? Did he coin the term?
I remember hearing it first from him.
Yeah, I think let's give him credit for it.
Yeah, he was great. So
we're just passing around slogans for free today.
Did you know that the standard is the standard?
It is?
Yeah.
Wait, did I say that?
You think Sunday Fun Day has ever been put on a shirt?
Let's look it up.
Yeah, come on.
Some English laundry.
Actually, yes, it is right here on the EnglishLaundry.com. By the way, those suits not too expensive. So if you're looking for something, that seems to be pretty nice and it fits.
You're saying that Adam King wears cheap suits?
I said they're not that expensive. I didn't say that they're cheap.
Wow, that's mean.
Yeah, you're going to be good to go. Austin, your question of the day brings us to the Ohio State offensive line.
It does.
I was reading this on Letterman Row. This was from a fantastic listener and reader of your stuff. Assuming Ethan Onyanwa and Austin Saraveld start, who was the third Ohio State offensive tackle, Ian Moore or Phillip Daniels?
It was a great question.
It is a good question.
And I really appreciated it. And I hadn't really put it in those terms in my mind, but that is the way that Ohio State tends to view its depth chart now. It is not, well, this is left tackle 1 and this is left tackle number 2. Yeah. This is right tackle number 1. This is right tackle number 2.
And swing tackles.
Yeah, and then the next guy just comes in if there's an injury. Like they don't even really approach it that way with guards and center. I I've heard coaches for a number of years talk about, we want the best 5 out there. But they tend to abandon that thinking when it comes to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they lock themselves into a traditional depth chart. And Ohio State's gotten away from that, and I think pretty successfully, based on the way that they had to evolve and adjust last year due to
by the nature of the beast,
due to illness and injury and everything else that happened to them. That's the actual testimony of living that out and seeing the value of cross training, being able to play left, right, be able to play guard or tackle.
Perhaps if you're Donovan Jackson, even both,
or anywhere. Like, you're just gonna have to go out there and play. Carson Hinsman had to do that. Austin Saraveld's had to do that. Obviously, Donovan Jackson is the highest profile example of that. But the point is, like, and Donovan Jackson got to that point because they had to get to like the 5th tackle, so they didn't have enough to get there. It wasn't
option 1 on their plate.
It wasn't the way that they wanted to handle it. But if you're looking at that now, it's like, okay, it's not who would back up Austin Saraveld at right tackle, and that's the exclusive conversation. We saw Philip Daniels working there throughout spring. We also saw the times when Austin Saraveld would return to right guard. You had Philip Daniels as the next in line.
Let's put a little stamp on this, though, because back in the spring, Ryan Day said that Austin Saraveld is a starting offensive lineman.
But he didn't say what position.
No, he didn't.
And that left that open. But I think that there is obviously more depth and experience returning on the interior of Ohio State's offensive line. So it's not just the way that Austin Saraveld has played at tackle that makes him the leading candidate out there. It's also that he is perhaps surplus to requirements when you have Luke Montgomery and Tegra Shabola and Carson Hinsman and Josh Padilla playing at the level that they are. Now, why does it become more important when you identify tackle number 3? Not just injury at tackle, but if they have to move other pieces inside, well, Austin Saraveld then becomes maybe the next best option right there. If your 6th best offensive lineman and 7th best offensive lineman then become these tackles, well, that's a benefit, but it also opens up the continued versatility. So who is it? That's what camp is going to decide. I think, based on what we saw leaving spring, that Philip Daniels, with the opportunities he had, I don't know if it was 50-50. It felt like it was a fairly close share throughout spring with Austin Saraveld and Philip Daniels at right tackle, and we saw Saraveld moving to guard. It feels like he's in the lead. Now, he started 4 games at Minnesota. He has that level of experience in the Big Ten. That's significant. That's more than what Ian Moore has. Ian Moore is in that conversation, the 3 versus 4 on the depth chart. I think he's probably 4. That's not a knock on him. And it's not like 4 starts means that Philip Daniels is a finished product either.
Correct.
Or that it's an insurmountable.
I hope that he's not.
Yeah, he's not. I think he would certainly be one of the first to tell you that. We saw that throughout spring. Ups and downs, inconsistency. You're still working through that. And the level of coaching that you're going to get at Ohio State, with all due respect to Minnesota, is different.
Whoa.
And the level of strength and development under Mickey Marotti is also different. You can row the boat all you want, but I don't think that those canoes are going to give you the same results as the mat drills in the Woody. So,
did you spontaneously combust when he did his presser last week in Vegas? Were you there for that, or were you gone already?
I was still there.
Okay.
But I was
not watching PJ Fleck.
I only went into the room to get a free bottle of water, and then I left. Because I had a flight to catch,
That's right.
That there was no other reason that I needed that water.
So your answer is no.
I did not go listen to it. I was getting updates on it, though, because people love to tell me what PJ Fleck is doing.
I like just listening to him.
I enjoy him a lot. But I don't think he even took questions, because I think he just filibustered through
15 minutes.
Through the full 15 minutes. I guess I should have gone to ask him a question about Philip Daniels, but I don't know that he would have answered it or what he would have said. The point is, I think Philip Daniels has a leg up to be the 3rd tackle for Ohio State. But Ian Moore had a really good spring. And if you ask people around the program what they think of him, that they got a really good deal for all the, not a deal, a find. Some of the knocks that existed on Justin Fry and his recruitment, I think, have been dispelled by A, the way he developed, and B, the state of this. I think it's the deepest offensive line that I've covered at Ohio State. They have to go out and prove that still. Only time will tell if that's actually true. But when we're talking about guys like Philip Daniels and Ian Moore with their upside and the amount of times they've had to develop physically and the reps that they got in spring, and those are just the backups, that's a different situation than Ohio State was in last year or has been in for several years. Justin Fry deserves credit for that, but Tyler Bowen is going to be the one who has to actually complete that job and get them over the hump. And it's really important, not just because of the risk of injury, but the length of the season and then what it looks like for the future. Phillip Daniels and Ian Moore will not be out of eligibility at the end of this year. So they're going to play at some point. It could be in September. It could be in September of 2026. That would be pretty good for Ohio State if they never have to dip into the depth the way that they did last year.
That would be a dream scenario.
So that it's still important to figure that out. And I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Phillip Daniels and Ian Moore to show what they can do. And what they're fighting for is not to just be a backup to Ethan Onyanwa, it is to be the backup on the left or the right side. And that's a different way of thinking.
By the way, we know you've already marked your calendars for this Thursday when Buckeye Camp starts.
Yeah.
If you're an offensive line person out there, you just love talking ball and dude movers and road graders, August 12th, Tyler Bowen, offensive line. It's media day over there at the Woody. I think we'll have a lot more answers to those questions by the time that we get to that, because that's about 3/4 of the way through camp.
Yeah, that work's going to be done.
Yeah, it should be. It should mostly be done by that point. Again, August 12th, those guys are going to talk. We got some pretty bold tampering claims, including not Florida State, but another Power 4 team. We'll do that in the Pulse coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See, we didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. And no matter what tasty choice you make, our low prices add up to big savings. Plus, you get over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump and points. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safe Flight, Bob's Discount Furniture, and Weber, happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center July 31st through August 2nd. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2025 to purchase your tickets today.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Jacob Reimer. The Cincinnati Reds have won 4 games in a row and look to make it 5 tonight as they host the Los Angeles Dodgers. Chase Burns gets the start for the Redlegs, and they get started from Great American Ballpark here at 7:10. Coverage can be found right here on the Fan at 8 o'clock. The Cleveland Guardians return home and get in a 3-game series with the Colorado Rockies. Slade Ciccone is on the mound for the Guardians. The start of their game has been delayed due to weather. The start time has not been announced yet. Cleveland has also lost closer Emmanuel Clase as he has been placed on non-disciplinary paid leave as part of a sports betting investigation. He joins Luis Ortiz, who was placed on the same leave on July 3rd, tied to the investigation. And Ohio State sophomore wide receiver Jeremiah Smith has been named to the Maxwell Award watch list today, making it his 7th preseason watch list his name has been attached to. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Hour 2 for us here on a Monday. Hopefully everybody's having an awesome night. Reds coming up at 8 o'clock. Do battle with the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight for a 3-game set at Great American.
The Red Hot Reds.
That's right. Playing the game at Bristol this weekend against your Braves.
Why do they keep having to squeeze events into Bristol?
I don't know.
This was happening like 20 years ago. Tennessee was first talking about, we got to play a football game at Bristol. Like, why?
Did they do it?
Yeah, they did eventually. I think they played Virginia Tech there. Like, you two have the best stadium, 2 of the best like atmospheres in college football.
Perfectly capable college football stadiums.
That's like, if Ohio State was like, you know what, we really want to play a game at Indy Motor Speedway. You know, why?
I don't know.
Your home games are in the horseshoe.
I don't know how that would physically work.
Well, they,
take out the golf holes that are inside the track, move it to another side.
But it's like, yeah, I guess you could have 200,000 people at the Speedway, but
why?
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
I don't understand. And I think people enjoyed it. They set a record or whatever for attendance, but then they're like, well, that actually wasn't that cool, which is kind of like how people left
You
Wrigley
can't
Field.
see anything. You can't see anything
Yeah, it's
when
going to
you're
be
there.
some weird viewing spots for the baseball game.
I was on the website, like on their website, looking at like the suites and all the loges and everything. So I'm like, well, if you were gonna do it, like do it with air conditioning, and all of them were unavailable, but they gave you the sight lines of like where these like suites were. I'm like, that's 300 miles away from the field. Like there's a 0.0000% chance that you could see a little tiny ball being hit from where you are sitting. It's going to look great on TV. I'm excited.
Set a record.
I'm excited for it. I will watch that game, but it wouldn't be a bucket lister for me.
And if you want to hit a home run, like Ellie, if he's batting left-handed, strong side, he wants to hit it to right field, a home run, he's going to have to hit an absolute nuke.
He will.
It's going to
take it to the bank.
He could, yeah. I don't know the actual distance. I don't know if that's been announced yet, but it looks like it is.
They're just building the field right now, right?
It looks like it's a mile for a home run over the right field.
It might be. Maybe there's just no home. Maybe there's just no wall. That's what we're just going to play like old school style.
I'd watch that.
Play chase.
Yeah. If we went old school, no gloves even.
No. Why do that?
Old school 1800 baseball.
Bring back the Polo Grounds, which is the craziest field dimensions of any baseball stadium of all time. Austin, you mentioned Virginia Tech. Reimer, I believe that we have a Virginia Tech story.
Yes, we do. We potentially have some more tampering. North Carolina's Central coach Trey Oliver claims that Virginia Tech tampered with running back Jamari Taylor. He said Virginia Tech sent an assistant coach to one of their games last year and that the coach was on the sideline to attempt to get Taylor into the portal and to Blacksburg. Taylor in 2024 had the 4th best season by running backs in North Carolina's Central School history with 1,146 rushing yards. Oliver noticed the Virginia Tech assistant on his sideline before their game against Howard on November 15th, claiming he was on the campus to see an assistant athletic director at North Carolina Central. Oliver said, that was pretty bold, and I couldn't believe it. A couple coaches tried to calm me down and say, yeah, coach, he's down here visiting. But I knew what it was. 2 weeks later, my kid got in the portal, and then they were the first people to try to get in his ear. Now, the ironic thing is Taylor committed to Virginia, not Virginia Tech.
Oh. And then at the very end of this, and he goes, I hope that Virginia smokes Virginia Tech this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's fairly bold, is it not? Like, there are some things that you do and you don't do as coaches, and one of them, even if you are on a different level and you're in a Power 4 team, is be on a sideline during a game talking to players of guys who are not on your team. Like, just, you cannot do that. And I don't care if Virginia Tech said, oh, he didn't directly talk to him, and I'm sure that that's going to be their answer to this. Like, and they did. They came out with a statement saying, we take these allegations very seriously.
I'm sure they do, yeah.
Yeah, everybody does nowadays. But you can't do that, man.
You should not be on anyone's sideline
during a game. Absolutely not.
Like, you definitely shouldn't
have access to those players being a college football coach.
Spy glasses or whatever. You just shouldn't be doing it.
Allegedly.
I think he's pretty much confirmed that himself, hasn't he, at this point? Don't think anybody's contesting it.
It would by his Twitter that he tells you about.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're making light of this in some ways, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's patently ridiculous.
That's the most blatant, upfront version of tampering that we've seen. And we're not going to pretend like it's not going on behind the scenes. Of course it is.
Use your Instagram account. Use your DMs.
Like, there's a lot better ways. You can't justify this, and it's gross.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I'm sure that you were aware of the Taj Rael situation that came down from last week with Memphis. Yeah, I mean, the DMs and the screenshots are never sacred, though. So I don't know what avenue. Maybe we're just going backwards in technology, saying, well, we're going to get a face-to-face meeting while you're playing in a football game.
Just got to get those Signal apps.
What's that?
Keep it on. Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay. Now, next to my English Laundry Company tab will be Signal apps. Reimer, what else you got for us tonight?
Got to turn my mic on first.
Yes, you do.
A lot of buzz at Big Ten Media Days around UCLA quarterback Nico Iamaleava and his sudden exit from Tennessee. The question that was asked a lot in many different ways was, did he leave Tennessee because he wanted more than $2.2 million he was set to receive next season? His response was, not at all. My family was strictly the main importance for me. Mm-hmm. I let my business team, my parents handle that side of NIL. Just me being closer to family was the most important thing. Do you guys think this will help clear the air with his departure from Tennessee?
Where did you come down? Because I'm sure that you saw the Herbie clip last week. Where did you come down if, and only if Dad went into Josh Heupel to say, like, hey, you need to put better players around him or else we're leaving? Because Dane and I, when we were doing the show talking about this, we had very different opinions on it.
It's not the time, place, or role. Now, some of these waters have been muddied by the way this works.
Yes, they have. And Dane brought it up, which I thought it was a good point, and I didn't even think about that, in saying, well, what if Dad was acting as an agent? Because agents in the NFL, they do this all the time. Hey, you either put players XYZ around me, give me a compensation boost, or we're going to hold out. I needed to get trade, or then if I'm a free agent, I can obviously go wherever I want. Now, there are different rules from the NFL to college football, obviously, but when he brought that up, I'm like, yeah, my brain kind of got there that was a good point that he made.
I think that's the difficulty and why there is still, I don't want to have another house settlement and NIL conversation right now. We've had a billion of them. And
yeah, we have football this week.
We have training camp on Thursday. But I will say this. There are way more players that don't have agents than those that do in college football. Most agents, high-level agents, aren't going to have the time to deal with this stuff except for a very few select prospects at the college level. Their money is still going to be made by NFL and professional athletes.
Nico Iamaleava probably being one of those.
He was, like the Spire Group and all that stuff that was going on with Tennessee. That was high-level stuff. You're the number one, recruit in your class. You're going to have representation at the highest level. Most people are not. And then where do you turn for advice and help and guidance? Your parents. Or maybe, as Urban used to say, your third uncle. Mm-hmm. And he didn't like dealing with those people. But guess what? That is part of life now in college football, is that maybe at Ohio State, you're dealing with a majority of players who are capable of getting representation and high-quality agents. But that's not the case around 133 other programs and 85 players on all those rosters. So the Nico situation, I probably think that's why I would say, if the family is involved in making those demands, they're probably out of line. And really, that's true of any agent. So, yes, it's true that the family could be involved. The family making demands of the football coach to appease their son, who then has other representation for deals and is almost certainly talking to other schools about what they would pay for him to go into the portal.
Yep.
That I don't think you can really rationalize.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said it muddies the waters because there's a lot of different tentacles popping out of that. Best of luck to him at UCLA. He's closer to his family.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. Not money. No.
Nah, that's just, part of the gig now. Reimer, we got time for one more.
And he gets to come to Columbus.
He does get to come to Columbus.
Yeah.
I know, by the way, I talked to Tennessee fans on that vacation. They're like, we had a great time at the Horseshoe, and I'm coming back for the UCLA game.
No, did they?
100%. That's a true story.
Oh,
that's a true story.
Oh, no. You're welcome back this time.
Yeah.
Come on up. Neyland North, baby. Let's go. Wear that orange. That would be awesome. Like a Neyland takeover for the Nico game.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, you can stay at my house.
That would actually be pretty spectacular and very on brand for the pettiness of college football fans.
So great.
We got one more rhyme time.
So we have a health update on Deion Sanders. He announced during a press conference today that he was away from the team this offseason going through treatment for a cancerous tumor in his bladder. He also went through surgery to remove the bladder and was found to be cured of the cancer. He's now ready to go and lead Colorado this year.
Yeah, it's a pretty remarkable story, right? And his press conference today was pretty telling and had doctors up there from the medical team with him. And I saw the video on Twitter a little bit earlier today. He's like, I had a tough day. I had to figure out what I was going to do with my will. Those are real conversations. We talk about football. We have a good time. We talk about good things and bad things and Jimmys and Joes and X's and O's. It's bigger than everything. So I'm glad that he's all right. And now it seems that he's kind of back to business out of Colorado. But the weird part is, because he was dealing with this, obviously, he hasn't touched his team this year. Has not had anything. So if that has an impact on them, I'm not sure. But absolutely wild story for Deion.
Yeah, I think when you call a press conference and you let people know, well, there's going to be medical representatives here to talk about it, you expect the worst.
Absolutely you do. And
because that doesn't happen very often, and it's incredibly uncommon. So there were only two ways that could go, and you don't anticipate that it's the good news. And I'm glad for Deion that he got it. He's gone through a number of different other health complications and issues and getting, toes amputated. It's not been a good run for him in terms of the health. When you say we talk about the football side and we may make jokes at other coaches, other programs' expense, Deion has been one of them. I don't approve of every way that he's run that program and some of the me first stuff, but I also remember growing up watching him when he went to the Cowboys and doing the primetime strut and that part of it, the dual superstar athlete. That kid part of me is like, Deion can't be going through this. That's prime time.
Yeah, no, not him.
No, that can't be right. So, again, set that part aside. Whether you agree, disagree, dislike, this guy had a very serious health complication. He's on the other side, and you feel good. I feel good for him.
Absolutely, I do. And to your point, they announced that press conference yesterday or a couple of days ago. I'm like, oh, boy, that's...
Yeah, you think, well, who's going to be the next coach of Colorado?
Yeah, for sure.
What you think?
So very good news for him today. It was awesome that he was able to get through that. Even though camp starts this week, an 11 Warriors list got us thinking about the best Ohio State plays since the turn of the millennia. That's a very big topic, and we'll try to do it next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Now open. Zoombezi Bay's brand new conservation tower. 3 slides, 1 tower, and endless thrills. Only at
Zoombezi Bay.
Plan your visit at ZoombeziBay.com.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Ways, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives.
Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
We've got a story about a little bean doing big things. Soybeans are used in creative ways you may have never realized to make products we use every day. And Ohio's farmers are growing some of the world's best soybeans. By using and eating soy-based products, you make a positive impact locally and globally. Say hey to the largest ag export in the U.S. Learn more about soybeans at soysecrets.org. This ad brought to you by Ohio soybean farmers and their checkoff.
As America's largest custom home builder, Schumacher Homes believes a top-quality home should be affordable for everyone in the Buckeye State. We work with the leading architects to bring you the latest in design, and then you have the ability to make changes. Not just selecting finishes, but moving walls, adding rooms, literally customizing anything from the ground up. It's a misconception that custom homes have to be expensive. We work within your budget to build an amazing home on your land. Visit SchumacherHomes.com or any of our 9 Ohio locations.
Another Buckeye Fall Camp. It's full of anticipation, preparation, and a bunch of our dummies yakking about it. Morning Juice, T-Bone and Tybus, and Bishop and friends will be in attendance. The fun starts Thursday morning at 6 on The Fan.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safe Flight, Bob's Discount Furniture, and Weber, happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center July 31st through August 2nd. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2025 to purchase your tickets today.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Just an isolated thunderstorm providing any relief on this Monday. Otherwise hot and humid with light winds, temperatures around 90 degrees. Overnight we'll fall back down to the mid-70s and warm and humid. And in some spots we'll have some fog to start the day. Back in the low 90s with a heat index around 100 degrees by Tuesday afternoon. And as we watch temperatures falling just a bit by the end of the week. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Are we drinking the scarlet and gray Kool-Aid? You bet we are. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Hey, speaking of the Buckeyes, did you know they start camp this week?
They do?
This Thursday through Saturday.
That's awesome.
We're going to be live, The Fan, from Buckeye Camp. They hit the practice field, exclusive wall-to-wall coverage. Buckeyes kick off the season. Doing both morning shows out there. Double barrel action. You got the Juice, you got T-Bone and Tybus, and then you got Bishop and Friends right after that. 6 a.m. to noon, Thursday and Friday. We're going to be out at the Woody. You can listen on The Fan, watch the show streaming on the YouTube page, and on 10TV Plus. How about that?
I'm going to be there too.
Yes, you are. I think I'm going to be there on Thursday.
Are you going to be on Snap Judgments with me and Berm?
I might be.
Well, that'd be cool. You've never done that before.
If Willie could come on.
Oh,
yeah. I'm bringing him out. So Meredith, she's, we're ramping up back to school season. We're a couple of weeks away from school getting going.
I can't believe that.
I can't either. It's crazy. Summer's basically over. And she's got some sort of like training she's doing all week from like 8 o'clock to 3, 8:30 to 3:30. So, I'm tasked with the big fella during the days. And I said, well, Thursday's great because I've got a fishing trip that I'm leaving for Thursday evening. Mm-hmm. I said, what a better way to start our day than having you go run around at Buckeye Camp?
It'd be great.
It's a great family.
There's going to be
atmosphere.
inflatables out there.
Yeah, take the kids too if you're going. Tickets are still available. I think OhioStateBuckeyes.com. You can go get them. You can hang out. I think the weather's supposed to be pretty good on Thursday as well. But we took him last year and he loved it. He was a little too small, and I was getting really worried when he was getting close to the field. I'm like, dude, you got to keep your head on a swivel. And they do have fences up so they cannot get to you. But we were in the back part where live bullets were happening, and I'm like, don't you dare run on this football field and make me go get you. So yeah, that's what we're doing on Thursday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Did you get that ticket comped for him? Or
I haven't asked. I haven't asked anybody.
Okay.
I think we're just going to show up.
Got to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's a lovely perk. No, it's going to be a great time.
Do you know Bobby Carpenter? I know him too. Yeah. I'm just going to walk in.
I think we should just get copies of his thumbprint.
Yeah.
That's the key to everything.
Access to the Woody.
Let's cut off Bobby's thumbs. That's where we're at.
I thought you were more going like the Gone in 60 Seconds, the invisible fingerprints that they have. You said straight up, we're just going to cut off Bob's thumb.
Well, initially I was thinking Gone in 60 Seconds, but that seems like a lot of work if we could just cut his thumbs off.
Yeah, no, that seems a lot easier.
Yeah, that's so much easier.
You're right about that.
Then all we need is a bag of ice and
you don't. Why would you need ice? Doesn't matter.
I want to be able to use it more than once.
Well, let me ask you this question: if you don't put the finger on the ice, how long does the fingerprint last for?
That's a great question. I don't know. We need a doctor to let us know.
Forensics team. If you're a forensics expert, let us know. You can always chat on the YouTube page.
Yeah, give us that information. We desperately need it because unfortunately we've telegraphed our plans, and now Bob's going to have his head on a swivel, and we won't be able to sneak up and steal his thumbs.
I don't know what it is with me and you doing shows, but the last time we did a show together, we talked about what Santa Claus would taste like, and I said Christmas ale. It's getting weird, man. I need football to be here so we can talk about actual things. I just need to react to something.
What do you think Santa tastes like?
Yeah, Christmas ale.
Boy, well, I never thought about it, but I have thought about pulling a heist with Bobby Carpenter's thumbs.
Yeah, which one's worse? I don't know. I don't know which one is more of a deranged thought. I was reading this from 11 Warriors, Austin. They did top 25 Ohio State plays since the year 2000. Name your 25.
I can't. Okay. This team has too many highlights.
You have a number one play since you've been covering the team.
The best play, I think the most shocking play, significant play, unexpected play was Evan Spencer in a key situation, Ohio State on the ropes, and in Tom Herman and Urban Meyer, like, watch this. We're going to have Evan Spencer take a reverse and throw a pass to Mike Thomas.
The pass was perfect.
Every part of the play is insane. That they called it, for one. I'd never seen him do it. I'd never even heard. There are sometimes, trick plays where we might hear, check this out. Like Brandon Ennis, did you know he used to play quarterback? You might want to think about that for this, not at some point.
Sam Hubbard used to play lacrosse.
That didn't ever really translate. And then the fact that he was so versatile actually ended his career.
Wasn't he started as a safety?
Yeah. Guess what? He also played tight end. There's a lot of. You want me to talk about Sam Hubbard? He made it one of the best 100 plays too by tackling two guys in once in the Penn State backfield.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by how hard it is. I could think about like almost every game that I've covered for Ohio State. I see something that I didn't expect to see, but that is the Evan Spencer throw to Mike Thomas. I think about all the time as one of the better, most insane, ridiculous plays that Ohio State has ever had since I covered him.
So it's funny you mentioned Evan Spencer because this is what that play sounded like.
Marshall motions into the backfield. Snap to Jones. Hands at Marshall. And it's reverse. Ball is given to Spencer, who throws left corner of the end zone. Caught for a pass to Michael Thomas. The official signal touchdown. Evan Spencer with a touchdown pass to Michael Thomas. Evan Spencer with his first pass attempt in his career. And Ohio State gets 6 points thanks to some trickery. They trail 21-19.
It was a tough call, Paul.
And if you were asking me who on the field was going to throw a pass if it was not Cardale Jones, I'd be like, well, yeah, Jalen Marshall will do that.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be? No, Evan Spencer. So you make the call. It's crazy. Difficult situation, something we hadn't expected. It's a circus play. You've got a handoff and a pitch back and then a throw.
You're in a semifinal against Alabama.
You're losing. And then Evan Spencer puts the throw. It was only where Mike Thomas could catch it.
I believe the kids call it a dot.
But it wasn't like it was in an easy place for Mike Thomas to catch it by any stretch of the imagination. So we talk about the throw and the execution in the play call. Take a gander at how Mike Thomas is able to get 1 foot down to make that a completion for a touchdown.
Live time is like, ball's caught. Touchdown.
Yeah, and then there was a lot more to it. So I don't know if that's actually number one. It's the play that I think about all the time. It's like, did I just see that? Why the execution that was required by not just 11 people, but the coaching staff to go for it? And I mean, I don't know what was happening, and it just...
Who green-lighted that play?
Well, it's a collaborative effort. We're a coaching staff. We knew if we got in this exact situation, that might be a good time. That's Monday and Tuesday prep work. Yeah, nonsense. I mean, how do you decide? That's the part where it's like, we talked about Brian Hartline in the first hour, Beamer. It's like, all right, you get to that point, you have a gadget play dialed up. Are you ready to roll the dice? You ready for that? And to Ohio State's credit, they did in that situation. But so many people think about, and they should, 85 yards through the heart of the South, and Zeke putting that away.
Evan Spencer was critical on that play with his crack block.
He was, and Cardale forgot to motion him in, so he made that block even more difficult. Love talking to Evan Spencer about that game and his role in those plays. But you think about that play more than anything else. It comes up, but that throw was just one of the more bonkers plays that I can remember.
Yeah, giving time and situation and throwing it against Alabama and that defense. Since you mentioned 85 yards of the South, let's just hear that.
Jones resets in the shotgun, gets the snap, hands it to Elliott, who goes sweeping to the left side, gets to the 20, loose to the 30, to the 40, down the left side to the 50 goes Elliott. He's going to take it to the house. 30, 20, 10, touchdown Ezekiel Elliott. 85 yards.
Just incredible.
You told me to name 25, and now that I am being tasked with it, I could do that.
I could too, easily.
What's number one for you?
Well, I'm going to give you a play that will not make any list, whatever. But 11 Warriors list. Here's their top 5 plays since 2000. And they have 25 on there, but I'm not going to read all of them. Number 5, Brooklyn Dagger, Curtis Samuel.
That one gets me too, though, because the play before on 3rd and 9 to get 8. After he was like 17 yards behind the line of scrimmage and reverse. That play was way, way better.
He ran 75 yards.
No one ever talks about that play. It was so much more relevant and insane than the Brooklyn Dagger.
Number 4, Maurice Clarett stripping the ball from a Miami defender.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's an iconic play. Number 3, Jack Sawyer, scoop and score.
Okay.
Number 2, 85 yards to the heart of the South. And then number 1, play of all time for Ohio State since the year 2000.
Here at 4th down, could be up to the offensive line. No, Prince's going to throw for it. Got to get it off. They go for the ball game. Touchdown! Touchdown! Michael Jenkins on 4th and 1. Would you believe it? Craig Krenzel strikes with a minute and a half left. Holy Buckeye!
Absolutely bonkers that they did that, given the way that Ohio State offense operated through that entire season.
It is more improbable than Evan Spencer throwing to Mike Thomas.
Yes, it is. Which is crazy because that's
Shouldn't
a gadget play in a championship semifinal. But the Purdue Holy Buckeye, Michael Jenkins, Craig Krenzel, yes. I have actually got a play that will not make any list, but I think it's pretty memorable, and I'm anxious to see if you think so too. We'll do that coming up in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way, if Bath R Us a ring, call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The best damn radio show in the land. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Austin Ward tonight. We were just going over an 11 Warriors list of top 25 plays since the year 2000. I think mine, and it doesn't get recognized as iconic or anything of that sort. But when I hear like just a favorite play, it's something that you haven't seen before or see very rarely. It's the onside kick that Ohio State kicked against Maryland.
Oh my gosh.
When they're up 14-0 with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And I forget the kicker's name, but he put it right on a tee to a darting Chris Olave on the sideline who caught it in full stride. One of the most bonkers bananas plays you'll ever see in a football game.
Yeah. You talk about a double take. I'm in the press box looking down. I'm like, did they just throw that to Olave? How did that even happen?
What just happened? And I'm like, if you're able to continue running after you caught that ball, Chris Olave is scoring a touchdown. Yeah. He's got two defenders, one behind him and one running straight at him. Like he's making a cut and he is going to the end zone.
You should be allowed to run it. I've always thought that was weird.
Yeah, you should be.
If you can kick it down the sideline to one of your gunners and they catch it, good for you.
I'd never seen that before.
No.
I likely will never see it again.
You'll never see it again. I've seen like people pluck an onside kick out of thin air and then return it for a touchdown.
I've seen Evan Spencer do that in Bloomington, not return it for a touchdown when Indiana was making a ferocious comeback.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
Mm-hmm.
2012, we talking about there?
Yes.
Zach Bourne's move to linebacker, turning into a 5-hour game.
I don't even remember how much they were up by, but it was like 30, and then Indiana, whoosh.
Yeah, you can't take your foot off the gas in Bloomington, let me tell you.
Not at the quarry. Not with the bison on the herd.
No, absolutely not. Look out for those American bison.
You get a play like that kind of stands out, that it is not like iconic in any sense, but you remember it for what it was.
Well, I feel like that Maryland game was just the most off-the-rails game because you had that play, and then you had Denzel Burke lighting up whoever it was from Maryland. You got Gus Johnson going, you got barbecue back there.
That's true. That's a good point. That's an iconic call from Gus, is what that is. Great play. Fantastic play.
I'm trying to think of something like more unusual or quirky. I think you have found the ideal example of an Ohio State play that's rare. There was also one that's...
How about Tate Martell going 10 for 10 against Rutgers?
No, we don't need... That one doesn't count. There was a kickoff return in 2013 against Purdue. This is a real deep cut. Ohio State was still talking about it a year later. Ezekiel Elliott was trying to earn playing time. I remember having this conversation with Stan Drayton, and he's getting choked up writing this story about all the things that Zeke can do. And they're like, man, I knew he was special because Zeke pancaked this guy on a kickoff return. I was like, what? So not something about
the way that he runs the football.
Not anything about that or like something you've seen in practice. He's like, we knew we had something because you're like, you have this opportunity on special teams. And so
he took it.
I was like, I don't know what. He's like, you remember that play against Purdue? I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Actually, Coach, no, I don't.
And he said, check this out. He's like, look at this block. I'm like, I know that Zeke can block. He's pass protection. He's a physical player. He's very good. No.
Watch this block.
He takes this guy like 10 yards to the sideline and then like buries him and decleats him into the bench.
Throws him out of the club.
And I'm like, well, that is pretty cool, actually. But you can understand why maybe I didn't see it watching the actual kickoff return or sitting in the press box or not being a coach. I didn't have the access to the all-22 of Zeke as a freshman burying somebody in this Purdue game that was 42-0.
That may be one of the deepest dives on this show.
So I wrote about it because I'm like, this is crazy. And Stan Drayton is like being moved to tears by Zeke's effort blocking somebody on a kickoff.
Hey, shout out to Stan Drayton, man.
I love Stan Drayton.
That guy just loves ball. And one of his dudes is putting a Purdue Boilermaker just on his back onto a sideline. You don't cry about that, there's something wrong with you. You don't love ball. Coach Drayton did.
Do you know what other play doesn't get talked about enough?
There's just so many.
I know.
Why
didn't we just do the whole show?
You know what? We have tomorrow.
The play that I think doesn't get talked about enough is Justin Fields at Michigan in 2019. It looks like he's dead. He's coming off the field. You got Chris Chuganoff coming in.
Yeah, the Chugster.
He gets a great third down. And you're like, well, maybe Ohio State can just at least patch this together. And Justin Fields hobbles back out of the medical tent.
Oh, yeah, the straight up. Let's call game right here.
Can't walk. He's like, why are they putting him back in the game? It looks like that ankle's just dangling off of his body. And then he just goes straight back out there. Like, Chug, you're done here, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Justin Fields, and this is my team, and I'm going to win the Heisman right now. Watch this. And I can't believe he didn't win the Heisman because we all know what would have happened if Ohio State got to play LSU in the national championship game. No one disputes it. It would have been a blowout. It would have been a boat race. Buckeyes by 1 billion over Joe Burrow.
More than 30. So
but
now
anyway,
you're adding.
Anyway, the ankle is dangling off his body. That's the way I remember seeing it. And Justin rolls out. He's got 1 foot. And Garrett Wilson just streaking to the back of the end zone. Absolute ball placement specialist effort from Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson. Crazy catch. And I'm like, well, that's it. I mean,
he got 2 feet down, too, I think.
Yeah.
Of course he did. He's Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
He always gets 2 feet down.
Why am I questioning that?
Is it this one?
Fields in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Looks to throw. Looking left. Running left. Still holding the ball as if to throw. Cranks and fires toward the end zone. Wilson's for a touchdown. Garrett Wilson. The Buckeye freshman receiver underneath a pass from Justin Fields, just back in off of injury, a 30-yard touchdown pass, and Ohio State is up their lead to 41-16 over Michigan.
Yeah, there are plays that Paul and Jim describe that we've listened to a lot. I don't think I've ever listened to that play again outside of the week that we obviously played that cut a million times. But when they're announcing it, I can see Justin Fields in my mind without even having it up on a screen.
Yeah.
It's burned into my memory.
I remember the feeling. I remember changing the whole column that I was writing about, and we don't need to get into the details or the specifics of what I wrote about the rivalry never turning the other direction or how impossible that was going to be, because I couldn't have anticipated that Jim Harbaugh would capitalize on a cheating scandal in COVID to turn the tide. But that's neither here nor there. The feeling that I had was like, I've never seen, how did that happen? Justin Fields was in the tent over there and just went straight out to the field and did something that most humans could never, they wouldn't even dream of doing what he did.
Let alone being rushed back from the emergency tent.
And I think the feeling is similar to what I talked about with Mike Thomas and Evan Spencer in that play. It was like, you knew in the moment you were watching something that was extraordinary and special. In all the other scenarios, you couldn't have concocted this moment, and yet somehow this magic occurred. Like Justin Fields, hey, you've made this throw before. You've never done it in the big house, in the cold, in a difficult competitive situation, and also you're going to do it not in the flow of a drive. You're going to have to leave the evaluation tent because your ankle just got crushed. Like, you think you can do it?
When you put it that way.
I mean, you couldn't dream it up.
And then you have
you wouldn't even want to.
Well, you have Fields in the Clemson game in the Sugar Bowl during the COVID year where he gets annihilated and is looking lifeless on like the 20 or something like that. Next
Probably
play,
deal with a punctured lung.
Got targeted.
Yeah, targeted.
Yes, he did.
Then next play or so throws it to Olave for a touchdown in the end zone. Then in the second half, he has that 60-yard or however long bomb it was to Olave that just killed Clemson.
I remember
a testament to his toughness, really.
It really was. I think it was. I can't remember if it was some organ was lacerated on this hit.
Yeah.
I think it was a kidney.
I think it was his kidney.
And I think we spent the next 10 days preparing for the national championship, and it's like, oh, is Justin Fields' thigh and knee okay? And I'm like, I think he's bleeding inside.
It's not a great situation.
That's not what's wrong with him. But he was such a tough player, and the fact that he didn't win the Heisman and Ohio State came up short, didn't win a national championship, didn't have the opportunity to play for a national championship after it was stolen from them in the desert.
I think it's my favorite ever.
That's a great team to be your favorite.
I think some of those plays then get lost to memory because of that, which is fair and it's human nature. But the feeling that I had watching what Justin Fields did in that moment, and Garrett Wilson, like a sensational catch, and he's awesome. I loved covering Garrett Wilson too, but just the fact that it was the rivalry, the fact that he was nearly dead, which is how serious those ankle injuries can be, and then to go deliver in that moment, it was like it was jaw-dropping. Like you feel like almost I can't imagine what it feels like to be Justin Fields doing that, because just watching it, you're like, this is a video game. Like, there's no way that happened. It's not
you
real.
can't just rush him back into play.
Turned injuries off after it happened, so he comes back.
Yeah, immediately come back and then throw a touchdown. How about Cardale Jones smoking Landon Collins in the Sugar Bowl? Just putting his head down and running through him. Also, another play that doesn't get talked about enough, but since we're doing this conversation, that deserves to be in there. We'll do hashtag
You
Buckeyes.
didn't even say your play. I just hijacked the entire segment.
Yeah, that's fine. Do it in our next segment. Who cares? Hashtag Buckeyes next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Parents, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We're listening.
Yeah. Are your teens good with money?
She's a good kid,
she's the
but
best,
yeah.
I get it. Switch to Huntington Bank, and your teen debit card can really help.
Oh?
You can set spending limits, and your kid can track budgets, so they learn that money doesn't, in fact, grow on trees.
I think we need this.
Sounds good, yeah. We feel you, parents. Let's get more from teen banking. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
Experience Buckeye Game Day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Hey, Ohio State fan,
Are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get 1 juicy flame grill Whopper sandwich, 1 original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safe Flight, Bob's Discount Furniture, and Weber, happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center July 31st through August 2nd. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2025 to purchase your tickets today.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fan's YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Burb's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. And refresh the vibe for any drive. Refresh at Speedway with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks with Speedy Rewards and try exclusive Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl flavor for a limited time only. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton. My guys at Germain are celebrating their biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. Tons of vehicles on the lot for you to choose from, and they're ready to deal. It's also the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99%. I was riding in my Lexus on one of our hot summer days, and I felt the crisp breeze of cold air on my cracky. Don't you want that for yourself? Of course you do. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Call the plumbing, heating, and cooling technicians at The Waterworks and header today. Call 614-232-2222. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Thanks to 11 Warriors for the inspiration on the list. Because we've just now gone to plays that don't get talked about enough, or we're sick enough to just remember. I've almost watched this entire thing now. The 2018 Ohio State versus Penn State game. Great. You had the Ben Victor play, which obviously gets like a ton of credit. Ben Victor goes up, jumps 10 feet off the ground, brings it down, kind of swindles a defender there, and then boom, he's off to the races, right? KJ Hill and his touchdown. I brought this up many a times on the show before. If you go back and watch highlights of this game, KJ Hill scores the touchdown to give Ohio State the lead. It's a 1-point lead that you have at this time. It's 27-26. But the part of that play that does not get talked about enough is Terry McLaurin obliterating 3 Penn State defenders to set KJ Hill free.
Well, you also you have Austin Mack setting the edge to get that little flare screen out there. But then as KJ Hill is streaking towards the end zone, as you said, Terry McLaurin gets the turkey there. That was
incredible. Knocked 3.
Just a special effort. And since you have now gone down the Terry McLaurin wormhole, how about, was it also in 2018? Drew Chrisman punting inside the Michigan State 10 like 7 times and Terry McLaurin downing every single one.
Yeah.
Like they brought, I don't know if Terry had like 1 catch in that game. Maybe he did. I mean, I'm sure he had a catch. But he and Drew Chrisman were brought into the Michigan State. They have a beautiful post-game press conference facility, by the way. Awesome. Just.
Are you being serious or not?
I'm being totally serious.
Okay.
I would be a press box snob if I was pointing out the meal tickets upstairs for a cold pretzel. Yeah. I'm downstairs. They make up for it.
World-class facilities.
So Ohio State escapes in this game. Just one of the ugliest rock fights that you're going to see. And we have Drew Chrisman and Terry McLaurin up there talking about hitting punts inside the 10 and Terry McLaurin being a great gunner. And it was like, this is cool. No one's ever going to remember those plays.
No.
But they won that game for Ohio State.
No one ever talks about that.
They don't talk enough about Terry McLaurin's gunner skills.
And they're fantastic. That was a 17-16 victory for Ohio State, and that was in the year, Austin, of 2016.
2016? Oh, wow.
That was 2016. So that was even 2 years before Terry McLaurin blew up those 3 Penn State defenders.
Wow,
What do you think
birth of a legacy.
What do you think Stan Drayton said about that play?
He was weeping.
Tears?
Yeah, real tears.
Yeah, real tears.
Streaming.
Also, plays that don't get talked about enough, and this is a Penn State little oopsie here, but running it into Chase Young on 4th and 5 from the plus territory.
I think they talk about it in State College.
I think that they do too. We don't talk about it here enough, though.
I talk about it enough for everyone. That was vintage James Franklin.
Oh, man. You can't do it. You should have been fired after that.
I don't know why, but when BTN started making those ridiculous commercials with the coaches, like trying to lean into the things that they wear, they gave the world one of the greatest gifts of all time, which is James Franklin looking at like white quarter zips, just a rack of them, like 15 different ones. And I don't remember if it was this game or one of his other epic collapses, but I would always use this gif. James Franklin trying to decide which late game collapse he wanted to pull out of the closet.
Which one?
And they all look the same.
James, which one of those hurt the most?
Just
shopping for quarter zips.
Big game James, baby.
Oh, man. You can't do it. Which also got you to the reason why James Franklin had a just terrific post-game press conference meltdown. We're done being great. He told you right then and there. He said it out loud.
They're an elite program. Why did you say that into a live microphone, buddy? How did you think that was going to help you?
It doesn't. Nothing helps. I don't know why the Rooster song just started playing out of nowhere. I got excited with my mouse and I clicked on it.
Roosters isn't afraid to be great.
No, they're not.
James Franklin is.
Yeah, he's not having a great time. Although they're expected to win the national championship this year, I'm told.
Well, he's never backed down from the pressure of delivering, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
I'm sure he'll be just
Why
all right.
worry about it at all?
How about, and this one is like an actual contender for maybe best plays in Ohio State. And since we were doing the Ohio State-Penn State thing, Braxton juking 4 defenders inside of a phone booth and diving over the goal line.
He talked about that with Timmy and Tito at the softball game as his favorite highlight.
It's one of the best. I mean, I you can name whatever Braxton play that you want. The spin move against Virginia Tech on the road down there is obviously going to be the highlight getter. The bomb to Devin Smith.
I think about the juke against Cal a lot.
Yeah, also another one. More of a deep
That
track.
is a deep cut.
That is a deep cut. But the inside the phone booth, just juke-a-rama. It's ridiculous.
So good. When I worked at ESPN.com, I wrote an oral history about that play. It's the most
Is that article still up?
Yeah, you can still find it. It's the most sensational 1-yard run in the history of football. Hey, never seen anything like it. I firmly believe that. Someone prove me wrong. It's like you.
What is the title of this?
Braxton Miller has a favorite play. Something I don't know. Put Austin Ward, ESPN, Braxton Miller, Penn State touchdown. I bet you find it. Or I could send you the link, but I don't. Really.
I got it.
In
I
real
got it.
time.
I got
Okay,
it.
this is great radio.
There were some accuracy issues as a passer. At times, Braxton Miller looked a bit hesitant as a rusher. This is dated October 28th, 2012, by the way. And your picture looks awesome.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Yes, it is.
What?
Yes, it
2012?
is.
No, I wrote this like years after.
Oh, I thought you meant this one. Okay, well, never mind. I'm just going to read your article anyways.
I have from 2015.
Okay. That's the one, 2015.
Number 1 on Braxton Miller's highlight plays, a 1-yard touchdown run for the ages.
That's the one. Hit me, Reimer. Beamer wants it.
Said, but as many of the scorers, one of college football's most electrifying ball carriers is recorded. Braxton Miller rushed for 1 yard. Doesn't even begin to capture the magic of the Ohio State star packed into that play. That might be just one of the greatest to officially only ever cover 3 feet.
Wow. Oh, wow. He really spun it there.
Despite the short distance and even adding dozens more entries to his overstuffed highlight reel, including a spin move this season against Virginia Tech. Ding, ding, ding. We already talked about that.
This guy's wordy.
That threatened to break the internet. It might just be the most memorable play of the 2-time Big Ten Player of the Year's career. You can go read that. Or you can't. We can just read it to you.
I think you got most of it there. But people that were on the field for that, it's like oral histories were really in vogue at that time. And like, I'd never tried
That thing
one.
to drunk history.
Yeah, that's right. I had never tried one really before. I was like, well, let's
See how it
see if
goes.
anyone else thought that this play was as crazy as I did. It's like 3 years on, because that was, I think I was working on it right after the touchdown, the spin at Virginia Tech. And got a Penn State cornerback who would actually talk about it and how insane it was to try and tackle him and their preparation for that game. Reed Fragel was out there, and he was, the right tackle where everything sort of collapsed on the right side.
Yeah, no, there was a reason why everyone was in the backfield.
Yeah, but it was really cool to hear all their thoughts about that and how it worked because, obviously that play was designed to go to Carlos Hyde, and Braxton's like, oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Carlos is about to be murdered here.
Let me just take over.
So I'm going to pull this out, and let's just see if I can do some Braxton Miller things. And he sure did.
Yes, he did. Honestly, that's a top 5 favorite, Ohio State play of mine.
Yeah. Really overshadowed Jake Stoneburner's 80-yard touchdown in that game. Sorry, buddy.
That was still a big deal. Really it also overshadowed Ezekiel Elliott's block on it.
Just narrowly
got a kickoff return.
Just knocked him out.
Both of them extremely deserving of their own highlights and oral histories, but unfortunately, we only got one of those tonight.
But I wrote about both of them.
Yes, you did. Austin had a great time tonight. Let's do it again tomorrow, and we're just going to keep naming random Ohio State plays over the last 25 years or so.
Is that what we always do?
Yeah, pretty much. It just evolves into two dudes either naming names or just talking about things. Everybody have an awesome night. We'll get you down to Cincinnati. Reds in a tussle with the Dodgers. Talk to everybody tomorrow. Have a good one. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Bobby Carpenter demands that you watch Morning Juice on YouTube. If you don't, Tito will move into your house.
Live at 6 a.m. on YouTube and streaming on the Fan app.
Hugs from patients like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, community banking is the lifeblood of the American financial system, building strong, lasting relationships. We're just better able to help guide you down life's road. Flexibility is paramount to success. Community banking is alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium, presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash